No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm on. I see the numbers moving. So, my top 5 projects. Big bro, got that phone right there. God bless.
Mm-hmm.
My top 5 projects, my nigga, as far as mixtapes go, starting backwards. Number 5 with this is deep because I could be. Alright.
That's what happened when you got so much music, huh?
Yeah.
You got so much you don't know what.
I had to sit here and think deeply, like, ooh, you might forget something and need to replace something, but it's even blessed to be in a position to discuss this kind of shit. So, give thanks. Number 5, mixtapes.
I tell you what.
I'm going to name them.
No. I tell you what. Think about it, and let's come back to that question.
No, I don't want to go back to this question. I want to finish it. Training Day, number 5.
All right. Training Day.
The aspects of Training Day, I was going through a lot of my life. And I ain't going to share and go in detail. You had to listen to the music. But Training Day, I was going through a lot of my life. So at that time, when I named it Training Day, I was just on some shit like, I'm back to the basics. Musically, I'm in training. It's like, I got to get back, to that shit that I was known to do in order to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? Music was the outlet at that time. It wasn't about making a hit record. It wasn't about trying to sell records. I made Training Day because I was going through it. So I said Training Day would have to definitely be number 5 because it's near deep my heart. I made music on there that I've had women come back and share with me and be like, yo, that one song on that one mixtape, that shit was dope, bro. Like, it really touched, one or two, maybe more than that. I ain't gonna elaborate, but yeah, Training Day had to be number 5 in my top 5. It's one of the best mixtapes I ever did. I enjoyed that shit at the end, listening to it, because it was more fun being able to listen to the struggle on wax. With my struggle that I felt, instead of thinking about it all the time, being able to record it and dignify it, the good and the bad. Because it all wasn't bad, but I was like, it ain't like all the songs on there is bad or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I was in the mode to, I had to retrain myself mentally and physically. So Training Day was where it was at.
So, I mean, how many tracks you got on Training Day?
Like
Do you remember?
Like 21, 22 tracks. That's back when I was giving out a handful of music. I didn't care about, it wasn't that I didn't care about the substance. I just didn't care about, okay, I'm giving them too much. I'm giving them too little. I didn't care about that back then. I just wanted to give people my music. So if I went to the studio, paid for some studio time and did 80 sessions, not that same day, but if I did like 80 sessions in the matter of a month or two, probably a month or less than that, because I'm a mean ass nigga, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably, how I was, I would probably release that entire session and body of work. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's how I was back in the day with Training Day.
All right. So, number 5 is Training Day.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 4. And I'm going to play a little bit of everything, but you know what I'm saying? I want to hear number 4 too.
Long as the volume down so they can hear my audio, because they know I'm striving for greatness out there.
I got you, bro.
But,
you with Dark Chain.
Yeah, my nigga. Number 4, though, to be honest, 40 ounces and swishers, man. 40 ounces and swishers at that time. You know, I got this OG Killer Cav, man. He reminded me of Daniel Bryan as far as musically. And the reason why I say that is because Daniel Bryan went through a situation where he had to make a comeback. So to make a long story short, it's like every time my big cousin rap, it's like he wants some comeback shit. Every time. So it's like all his songs is hard as fuck for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he get it in, because he never know. He just lived fast. He moved differently. So, you know what I'm saying? The way he make his music is the way he live his life. You know what I mean? And saying that to say, at that time when I made 40 ounces and swishers, I was at this point where I was just like, yeah, I gotta do something, and I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm gonna make some music, and I made a gang of music at this time. It was like little at the time when I got out of jail, and I just went to the studio every time I got some money, got a little job, I would get some bread, trap, do this, do that, and the third. Every bit of the money I had would go to the studio, straight up on pimping, no doubt. So when I did 40 ounces of swishers, it was like, this could be my last go. This could be my last hurrah. I could be in these streets, permanently selling dope, like, fuck this rap shit, because that's how I was feeling at the time. On the low. So it was like I still had this passion to make music. So when I made 40 ounces and swishers, I was dealing with a lady at the time, and she was like, nigga, what would you name this body of work you got? And I'm like, shit, I've been drinking a lot of 40s, and I've been smoking a lot of swishers. And I was like, I don't know, I'm on some 40 ounces and swisher shit. And my cousin Crucial was like, nigga, I'm feeling that. Duke was like, my brother Duke was like, I'm feeling that, and shit, it was just honesty at its finest. At the time, I was fueled up and inspired off malt liquor and weed. I named it 40 ounces of swishers, but I didn't know that mixtape, which was my fifth mixtape at that time, would be what it is, because a lot of people would look at it like it was my first mixtape, because they never heard my first 4, and being that I don't have any copies of my first 4, they technically don't even exist now. So it's like, that's technically my first tape. You know what I'm saying? So, it's still number 5, but that's technically number 1, bro.
Number 4.
Yeah, I'm saying that's technically number 1 in my arsenal, my rap, you know what I'm saying, my resume. And then, you know what I mean? You gotta keep the camera on me. You got the Stack Bundles tribute. You got the infamous Hood Anthem. I want to say hit record, but infamous Hood Anthem, Bracket Road. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they got a lot of shit. So it's like at the end of the day, it got a lot of songs that got me acknowledged back at that time frame in that era. So yeah. 40 ounces and switches is definitely that classic that put me out.
Back to the present. You got the what's going on with this song right here? We've been hearing it around this live and direct. What you think about it?
I love that shit, man. I made the beat. Me and Joey. I love that joint. I know y'all thinking like you ain't make too much of it. It's a masterpiece. I'm about it sample, but yeah, like I did the drums, and Joey found that that melody. The rest is history. Like he found that melody. It reminded us.
Yeah, somebody else on there. I don't hear Joey on here.
No, what I'm saying is it reminded us of the melody of Unbout It, so we ran with that. Like fuck it, we'll resurrect that.
Joey Bars.
Yeah. Forever.
Joey Bars.
Forever I'm on my grind productions. Forever I'm on my grind. He produced Money Phone. Mean Streets, etc., etc. Hold down the Rich Holmes famous album. So, I did that joint. We made the beat. It was a hard struggle to even come up with an idea to try to figure out what the song would be about. Then on the Humboldt, I came up with Kush, Henny, Money, Women, because I was listening to a Diesel song, Diesel Knievel.
That's who's on here with you. That's a feature.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. And I was listening to a Diesel song, and it's like, you know, I smell like Kush and Money, and I like that idea, so I kind of like, you know, use that shit a little bit to my advantage. And I said, well, shit, if I'm gonna pay homage to, you know, the homies, I'm gonna put them on there. And I put him on there. He heard the joint, he liked it. He said it was dope, and he gave me a feature. You know, the rest is history, man. You know, me and that man got a history. So, you know, for him to bless that, it meant a lot. Definitely at that time. So for it to be out for the world to hit, you know.
So there's a lot of talk about the All Good Way or All Good Neighborhood or something like that. I ain't too sure about it, but you know, there's a lot of new music or artists coming out of here, and I was wondering now. You got this is Diesel Knievel right here, and then you got Moet. There's a lot of things going around there. What was that other K? Your boy K. I heard him down there in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm capping that.
Real big time.
Spirits.
Edit that shit, B.
Right. That's
Word that. Word that.
That's all.
Pop over there. He try to go hard, but he thinking too hard.
Hey, leave my co-host alone.
Man, put me back on the screen so I can see what's up. It's all good. I'm gonna edit this shit up. Word light.
It's about editing.
Yeah,
All the
man.
edit game.
But shit, man. To be honest with you though, man, that song right there, man, it was a privilege to do. Right now, Diesel Knievel got a hot ass mixtape out right now called Good Friday that he dropped on Good
This is
Friday
one
in
of the
March.
songs right here, I do believe.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Water.
It's hot. Water, yeah. It's just hot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's gonna be a single or what, but I think that should be a single.
So, you know, I've been asking you this question for a long time, man. And I mean, first of all, I guess
Give me some volume, baby.
I gotta ask
on
you-
this audio. You gotta cut that down a little bit.
I gotta ask you, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's some things that, you know, I guess need to be cleared up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is Be Real, Stay Real TV, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you this question, man. I know you've been, you know, I ain't gonna say no beef, but you have some animosity with Wiz Khalifa, right? You know what I'm saying? Being that you from Pittsburgh. So, you know what I'm saying? Huh?
False.
Well, I mean, I just want to get a little bit more knowledge on what it is, because you
There's a
know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
documentation, a lot of literature, a lot of things on YouTube and everywhere that shows that's what your statement is false, what you're changing your statement, what's going on.
The way that, you know, the question was, you know, broke down and analyzed as false. He said, I have a problem. I have some, you know, beef with Wiz because I'm from Pittsburgh.
Well, I didn't say beef. I said animosity.
Because I'm from Pittsburgh.
No,
That's what
not
you
because you're from Pittsburgh,
That's
but
what
I
you
just
said,
know
though.
back in.
It's on
Okay,
camera.
let me change it. Let me change
pull
it.
that back.
No. Let me change it. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
I'm gonna
tried
be
to
real and
say
stay
you-
real with myself.
Telling you that he got footage of hate video against Khalif all through YouTube alone. You can go up there and look it up. You can see it.
I don't hate music.
I mean, ain't no hate, but you know what I'm saying?
Edit.
Alright, so you basically, you want to know about the
I put it like this. I'm
wanna know about
gonna
the
play
big-
this track. I'm gonna play this track right here. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna let you, you know what I'm saying? You explain the track after this. Be real, stay real. Dark Chain Entertainment.
Black and gold this, black and gold that. This is Pittsburgh, nigga. Put the bird on the map. Black and gold this,
I
black
still
and
rap
gold
black and
that.
gold. You
This is
see that?
Pittsburgh, nigga, I put the
I
bird
still
in
rap
my
like
bag.
that, bro. Ain't
Black
that
and gold this, black and gold that. This is 412, nigga, where you hood at? Black and gold this, black and gold that. This is 412, nigga, where you at? Black and gold this. Black and gold that. No, we don't rock yellow, homie. Where they do that at? I'm on my trap, yeah, I'm so committed.
Alright, you go ahead,
East Liberty.
So I know you make this track, right? You know, and I guess I just wanted to get a little bit more clarity on why you make this track, and you know, I'm not from Pittsburgh, so I want to know how you going to advertise Pittsburgh like the way that you do, being that you are from Pittsburgh. At the same time, making a track like this.
Ain't for the first time. Like, I feel like you just put me on First Street. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely, niggas. Be real, stay real, man.
For the millions, you know, or some old past tense outdated shit. But at the end of the day, if you want me, to elaborate on it, I don't mind elaborating on it. You feel me? The man brought out a song called Black and Yellow, and he's from Pittsburgh, I presume. The world presumes. And the song was supposed to be a representation of our city. And I was on the other end feeling like it was a misrepresentation of our city. It was a misinterpretation of our city. It was wrong.
Okay.
And I'm from Pittsburgh. Born, raised. Don't get me wrong, I moved to Atlanta at a young age, but I was born and raised enough to where when I left, I was mentally, not just a child, but I was able to do this and that and third. I was like 6, 7 years old. I moved to Atlanta, so I already knew how the world turned.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, so I'm raised already. I'm full grown. I already have this Pittsburgh mentality. In me. It's DNA is bred. I love my city. For a nigga that ain't been there in a minute, I ain't got no hesitation to tell anybody. I just say that like I'm there every day. But at that time frame, I was just looked at as a representative where I was at in Atlanta. A lot of people looked at me as Pittsburgh, the city, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I had people, my uncle, no bullshit on blood. Like, I had my uncle call me from Pittsburgh. He was living in Pittsburgh at the time. He called me and he was like, yo, what's up with this Wiz Khalifa Black and Yellow shit? Like, what's up with that? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I really ain't feeling this shit neither, to be honest with you, Unc. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Like, everything was good with the guy, until he did that. It's like your favorite, well, I ain't gonna say favorite because he was never that, but it was like, somebody from your home state, coming out. Nobody ever came out from Pittsburgh. Let's just get that out there now that we even on this conversation.
Just get it out.
Nobody ever came from Pittsburgh. Period. On top in the rap game, it was unheard of when I started rapping.
How long you been rapping?
15 to 20 years.
15 to 20 years.
I want to say 17, 18 now. Because I've
Yeah.
been rapping since, I can honestly say the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I started a little early, but I ain't, take it serious till 02, because that's when I was on wax, so that's what make it 15 and 16 years. 16 years. That nigga been on wax because it was 15 last year, so it's 16 going on. It will be 16 in October from 02. So I've been rapping damn near 20 years.
So how you feel about this rap? What do you feel about this slash Piff rap?
I mean,
With
I
this
tell you
rap
what, hold
going
on. Before
I
you
mean,
answer
Mr.
that
Lee-
question,
Mr.
before
Lee,
you
I
answer
can't-
that question,
I
hold
can't
on.
get off subject of what's at the topic right now is Pittsburgh. And the topic right now is the only nigga we ever knew from the city was Mailman. And that man don't even rap. He's a producer that was with Dr. Dre, NWA, Aftermath, and all of that. Death Row many years back in the day, if anybody want to do their research. And that's facts. We got JCRX out there, nigga. You know, plenty of people was from Pittsburgh that rap. So I'm not, taking away from anybody. I'm just talking about as far as my knowledge and my evidence, and my research. Because I'm a fan of Pittsburgh rap. Pittsburgh music, period. You know, if you a fucking jazz player, you from East Liberty, I'll fuck with you. Just because you from the city, I'm that wholehearted on that black and gold shit. You see how black and gold came back to the topic. It's just, I felt like when he spoke black and yellow and I was raised, I'm born 87, you know what I'm saying? When I was born and raised, period, all I ever knew was black and gold, period. And when he made that song, I just felt like, okay, now this nigga's wrong. So I made Black and Gold to respond for those that feel like he was wrong. Because I wasn't the only one that felt like he was wrong. I was just the voice that spoke for the handful of more that felt like he was wrong. You can go to my city if you wish. I got to take you up there sometime. You'll see how important Black and Gold really is. You know, when you got a couple of dollars, a little bit of management, a little bit of connections, and some pull, you can do what you want to do up there. And that's basically his situation. And I'm not knocking it. I don't knock his hustle. Nigga know how to make a hit record. Is he my favorite rapper?
Just didn't really know the colors. That's it.
No, not at all. I just felt like, damn, black and yellow, you could tell you from North Dakota now. Because that's where you from.
Hey, with that being said, this is Be Real, Stay Real TV, Dark Chain Entertainment, Dark Chain
I ain't
Management.
even on that young nigga shit. I'm not even trying to disrespect the dude, diss the dude. I'm not on that. I swear to God, on a stack of Bibles. I'm not on that shit. I'm here to make music and let people know who I am. Back to what Mr. Lee was about to say, you know what I'm saying? What's up with this /Piff music? At that time frame, I had to stand up for my city. I gotta be an outlaw, outcast, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm not normal. You feel me? I see some shit, I speak about it. I root for the bad guy and I watch a movie half the time. I'm just different. I'm not normal. You know what I'm saying? And when it come to Pittsburgh, I stood up for it. I've been in Atlanta most of my life. But anybody in Atlanta can be like, oh, that nigga's from Pittsburgh. Period. They know my representation. They know the cloth I'm cut from. They know my breed. They know my fucking pedigree. It ain't no fucking hide. It ain't no secret. Always been that. You know what I mean? Always been that. So I would just basically hold my own, repping my fort, nigga. I'm from the north side.
Hey, check this out. Let's take a break,
Cross
man.
that bridge.
Let's take a break. But on this break, man, let's go ahead and introduce your new track, what you got coming out now. You know what I'm saying? It's dropping when? In fact, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce that. You know what I'm saying?
Not even do track, man. I got this new mixtape coming out called Progress. You feel me? The 27th Sunday, May 27, 2018 Sunday. Yeah, from now. And it's going to be hot. 10 tracks, 30 minutes of your time. And it's just showcasing lyrically on audio my progression. RMG 893's progression. You know what I'm saying? From making it out of nothing. You know, from making it from when we was thought we was making it, from when we came from nothing. That's all it is. It's just good music. Good body of work, just sharing my sound with people. I've been experimenting with a new sound, rather than, being all depressed. Niggas like to make that depressed music, and I've been a fan of it too, but I just wanted to describe my struggle in a different format, and, not to mention smile doing it. You know what I'm saying? I barely smile at anything. I'd rather laugh before I smile, but
Make your songs, is that Smile on there or am I messing?
No. Smile ain't on there, actually. You know what I'm saying? Might be on part 2. You feel me?
That's what's up, though. So we about to take a break. You know what I'm saying? This is Be Real, Stay Real TV. You know what I'm saying? Dark Chain Entertainment, Dark Chain Management.
Was you tired?
RMG, you know what I'm saying? We go take a break. We go let your song play real quick. You know what I'm saying? We go let your song play.
I gotta get back to my top joints, my top mix.